In other news now, Dr. Khalil Chishty, the 80-year-old Pakistani scientist who was languishing in Ajmer in jail for almost 20 years, has been permitted by the Supreme Court to visit his home in Karachi. He'd come to meet his ailing mother when he was embroiled in a murder case last year. After he was convicted, he was thrown into jail, but after his case was discussed between the Prime Minister Manmohan Singh during his meeting with President Asif Zardari on that trip to India last month, the Supreme Court had granted Dr. Chishty bail. Now the Apex Court has allowed him to travel to Pakistan on the condition that he will come back in November to face his trial.
A moment to savour for Dr. Khalil Chishty. With the Supreme Court clearing his return to Pakistan, Dr. Chishty and his relatives are all mightily relieved. And as his 20-year-long wait to return to his home in Karachi ends, the aging and ailing scientist is thankful.
I'm thankful to God that He has accepted my prayers to go back to my country.
For years, human rights activists have lobbied for Dr. Chishty on both sides of the border, as many feel he's a classic case of how ordinary citizens are held hostage to Indo-Pak tensions.
All the prisoners in both the countries, they should get a chance to be considered as human beings and not as a citizen of one country or the other.
What made Dr. Chishty's trauma more heartrending is his poor health. A heart patient for nearly 3 decades, he fractured his hip bone 2 years ago and since then can't even walk unaided. But now allowed to return home, his life will finally take a positive turn. Given the slow pace of our judicial system, it's taken over 2 decades for Dr. Chishty to be allowed to return to Pakistan. And though the Supreme Court has now granted him relief, ironically, his mercy petition at the governor's office here still remains caught in red tape. In Jaipur, Rajan Mahan for NDTV.
Do you have the NDTV Profit app? All the markets, all the news and your own homemade, ready-made portfolio available there for you.
We will right now answer what you should sell, what you should buy when markets are down.
Download at ndtvprofit.com/apps. Get the best app from the channel you trust.